Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Love 500 and welcome back to a new car. You saw in the last video the new project, the Project Cooeeey, as I decided to call it. Getting desperate on some of these names now. So Project Cooeeey, I haven't done anything to it yet. I've done basically what you saw in the last video. I've been, obviously today I've been finishing off Project Beige Boy, which I'm not sure whether you'll see before this video or after this video. I'm not really sure at the moment. So what we're going to do today is we're going to attack the front bumper. So the front bumper, as you know, is damaged only here. Got a little bit of paint stress there, got a big crack down there, got a crack there. The bit that the spotlight blank is cracked. I think, obviously we've lost that. I've got one of those anyway. I think it's got a few bits of scuffing. I think I can probably repair this, especially as it's here low. I reckon I'm going to be plastic weld this, heat it up, plastic weld it, probably fill it in some way. Same goes for that, a bit like I did on the Bath bumper, because it's low down here. I think it'll be a bit more forgiving, and of course it's white, so I'm going to give it a go. If it's no good, I've got a bumper, I can put a bumper on it, a bumper which isn't perfect but is not broken like that. It just seems a shame to get rid of this bumper. All these little scuffs will all come off with G10, but apart from this little bit of damage, there's nothing wrong with it. So it just seems really silly to destroy it, throw it away, just for that. Lights are all okay. Number plate's knackered, but I've bought new number plates for that. All the chrome and everything on it, apart from that crack down there, is fine. Annoying, but I think it will go back together. So I'm going to take it off now, and then see what happens. See if we can do it. So underneath the sticker, the Copart auction sticker, is a Chorley Group, branches of Blackpool, Burnley, Chorley, Preston and Wigan. So it has come from up north, this car. Yeah, that was not expected. What on earth is it doing in Sandwich when it was originally bought up north? Someone obviously moved down here maybe, and all these seatbelts all fastened. I need to get all those bits of food containers out the boot before we go any further. I'm just having another look under seats and what have you, see if there's any documents. Unlikely, I know. No. Never mind. Look at the state of that. What is that? That looks like sand. Someone's been down the beach. Right, I'm going to clear it out inside and then we'll call it a day, because I'm going out tonight. I'm going to Wetherspoons with a couple of mates. I haven't been out to a pub since January at the earliest, probably before that, probably not since before Christmas actually. So we're going to Wetherspoons. So I need to go and have a shower, get myself in me glad rags, and get myself on a bus. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll start doing a little bit of work on this one. So I've shown this umpteen times before, but I'm going to do it again. So all the bolts are all undone, all the screws are all undone, to stop damaging the wing or the bumper, or especially the tabs that hold the wing to the bumper. We do this. So we put a length of tape over. Take my torch out of there so I don't run it over like I did the last time. So you've got those tabs that grip onto the bumper. A lot of people do is they just get hold of it, yank it. A lot of garages will do that, and then you end up breaking the tabs. So what I do is I get a screwdriver in there, and then I gradually prise it out. If you do that, like that, you won't break any tabs. He says, oh no, I did. I think actually that was already broken, because the yeah, I think that was already broken because the tab on the actual bumper itself is broken as well, which will have to be glued, and that's not a fresh break that I've just done. So that's precisely why you don't do it. Yeah, because it causes that. So once you've done the tape, you can take the tape off. I can actually reuse it on the other side. So there's a lesson for you. So that will need a new bracket on, obviously, as it's broken. Yeah, unfortunately you can't glue it back together. You just need to drill it out and put a new one on. But you know, we're right at the beginning of this car, so we won't worry about that till later on. And then we'll go round and do it on the other side. Let's grab these two bits of tape. I can use these. I'll take you around to the other side. Lexia. And hopefully this side is not broken. I'm certainly not breaking it. The reason I put the tape on there, of course, is if the because you're using leverage to get it out, and you don't want the screwdriver damaging. Doesn't really matter which end you start. It's probably better to start that end. So you're basically just compressing. Got my finger stuck. Compressing the tabs so they pop out. I think this one is broken as well. I think I can see it's broken. Yeah, it is. So someone at some point has taken these off and has broken them. So I'm just trying to not make it worse. Yeah, it is broken in there. That's why I can't get it off. Oh, not quite broken, nearly broken. Yeah, it's a bit bent at the end. We know that held in place, so I'm not going to replace that one, even though it's bent. I often, if that tab's bent at the end, I often replace that, because if it's saggy, if it's too saggy, well, I'm going to put glue in that because it's very, very nearly broken. So yeah, that's what you do. Bearing in mind this is a 2014 car, this is very dirty compared to 4-year-older cars than this. Very dirty, very cobwebby, which is quite unusual for a car of this age. But then I suppose we don't know how long it's been standing for. So that's the bumper disconnected. So now all we have to do is disconnect the DRLs. Green plug, push the tab in, which are often quite tight. Oh, bloody hell. Often quite tight, can't get it off. You'll have to be encouraged with a screwdriver. You go around the other side. Trouble using this microphone with a cord on it is you're restricted about where you can go. These are absolutely filthy in here. Can't even get a screwdriver in there. Oh my life, let's get the other side off first and pull it out a little bit. Yeah, so that one's come off fine. Cobwebs everywhere. Oh, here we go, it's come off now. That's all right. Right. So we'll put. So we're going to get it on that my workbench. My workbench is a workmate with a cloth on the top of it. I need to get myself a proper one. So if you remember, we did the brakes the other day on Beige Girl. I didn't have any wire brushes, so I bought myself a decent set on Amazon. So we're going to get it on here and see if we can have a look at it, see if we can get this thing plastic welded and hot stapled. So we'll be back once we've got it set up and ready to go. Right, looking at this, that bit will bend back. I can heat it all up with the hot air gun. That bit will definitely mend. That bit will definitely mend. I'm not quite so sure about this bit. I think this might be a bit past it. I think it is, you know. It's just, don't know. I can try heating it up and seeing what it does, but I'm just trying to work out. No, see, I was thinking this might cover it, but it doesn't. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to heat it up, try and push it all back in, and I might as well try and hot staple it all and see how it looks. But it seems a damn waste just for that. But let's give it a go anyway. So I had a go at this bumper, and I came to the conclusion it's past it. So I got it over here. I did some plastic welding and some stapling, and as you can see, it's sort of back together, but this bit's all loose. It's virtually falling off. I managed to sort of get that bit back together, and I thought to myself, nah, it's just rubbish, isn't it? It's just not worth it. All right, I've got this bumper here. This bumper has also got some damage on it. I've swapped the lights over. This has got a hickey there. It's got some paint cracking there, and it's got a bit of a issue there. I will probably get another bumper. This isn't really up to it either. I mean, you know, I can repair those. That bit can be sorted out. I can do a little bit of to sort that out, and I can even sort that out. And I might well do that, but for the time being, it's just going to go on the car. I'm going to have a look around. Well, obviously, white's the most common colour. If we get to the stage where we sell Beige Girl, and I can get myself a parts car, I'll get myself a white parts car with a decent front bumper on it, and I'll swap them over. Failing that, I'll spend 150 quid on a bumper. Because of that, I sort of decided that I'm not going to bother trying to repair this, because this is all hanging off as well, isn't it? So I'm not going to bother. What's the point? I might as well, for the sake of 50 or 60, 70 quid, I can get a new decent bumper. So I might as well do that. I can take out the black piece there, and obviously it's got the towing eye cover, which they often come without. I can either sell those or just keep them and reuse them, or, you know, if I happen to get a bumper that hasn't got them, I will obviously use them. Same goes for the front bumper. As far as parts are concerned, it's got a good badge, it's got a good the whiskers are good, the fog light cover's good, so it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to take all these bits and pieces off, and then they can be kept for future projects. I don't sell those sort of things because I use them all the time. So, you know, I'll pay anywhere between £10 and £20 for a second-hand badge. The whiskers, I have got some of the whiskers, but, you know, I use them all the time because they often are broken when you get cars. The whiskers are a good somewhere between 15 and 20 quid each. The fog light covers are about a 10, 12 quid each. So, you know, all these bits add up. So although I'm throwing the bumper away, which does seem sacrilege just for that, but hey ho, got to be done, I think. So we'll take everything off of it, and then we'll stick it around the back of the garage and ready to cut up into bits to put out, sort of either take to the dump or go out in the rubbish. So this isn't the most fantastic bumper in the world, but it can go on for the time being, and then as and when we get a decent one, I'll get one. So I'm going to put the number plate on, the new number plate. I'm going to fix the brackets in properly. Just put the bolts in at the top. I won't bother putting bolts in anywhere else. So as and when I take it to the paint shop, God knows when that will be, to get all this damage done, I'm going to have a little go at this. I'm going to take the panel off in the back and see if I can heat it up and push this out a little bit, just to try and sort of not hide the fact from the paint shop. Obviously they're the pros, but you know, if a dent looks not as bad as it is as it looks now when I take it down there, then in theory it might cost me a little bit less. I'll get the slide hammer under there and see if I can pull some of that out a little bit. They're the pros, they can do it. Maybe I'll just leave it to them. We'll see. I'll have a little go at it, but to try and keep the cost down, I'll take the back panel off. They've got to take the back panel off to do it, so I might as well take the back panel off myself. Saves them doing it, saves the time, saves the cost. I might even get them. I'm gonna have a go with. I use, if you remember the roof, it's got this marking on the roof. I haven't got a clue what it is. It looks like the paint. It looks like it's taken the paint off. It's really weird. I don't want to be getting this bleeding roof repainted. I've already had to do that once. It cost me 150 quid. That's the last thing I want to do. So yes, I could wrap it. Actually, I'm saying that. Is it wrapped? No, it is paint. It is definitely paint. So I'm gonna have to. I don't know what the hell has happened to it, but I did put cutting compound on it, and it hasn't gone. So I'm gonna try polishing it before it goes to the body shop. I will try polishing it and see if I can get it to come out. If not, then I'll have to think about something to do with it. I've got to get these tyres sorted. I was going to do that today. I'm going to do it tomorrow now. I think it's the two tyres this side have got to be replaced. That one's obviously flat as a pancake, so that's got a puncture. Gallin, when he brought the car up, he did say it was pumped up and he could hear the air coming out of it. So it's obviously got a big puncture somewhere. But I'll take the wheel off and have a look at it. If it's not got like a big slice in the side of it, you know, it might be repairable, but probably not. For the sake of what is it? I pay 30 quid, 30 quid. I think it is 30, 35. No, it's 30 quid, isn't it? I pay 30 quid for a tyre. It's just not worth piddling around, really. I might as well just stick a new one on and dump those. So that's it for the time being. I'm going to have a look at that serial number someone suggested, just out of interest, to see what this car hit. As I found it in the boot. It's obviously came off the car that this one hit, so I'm going to have a little look just out of interest to see what it is. So yeah, so we're back. I don't know what the next stage I'm going to film is, but we'll be back as and when. Search on the part number for this, and I have discovered that it's off a Mini. It's the offside front Mini skirt. So yeah, I'm going to dump it. I could have probably sold it on eBay actually. It's been damaged though, so I suppose I could see. I'm going to have a look on eBay and see what they're going for. So I was going to cut it up and put it in the bin, but it's got no broken tabs, I don't think. Don't think so. I don't think it's got any broken bits. So I'm going to have a look. If I can get 20 quid for it, that's 20 quid extra I will make on this car. So I'll try it. I'll have a look. I'll see what they're going for. Right, so here is the new back beam, which is extremely heavy. It's just got some surface rust on the bottom. I'm just going to clean all that off, or clean it off best I can. It's got the shocks on it, it's got the drums on it, it's got all the brake pipes on it. I have ordered a handbrake cable, both sides, exhaust hangers. Oh, that's not exhaust hanger, that's brake pipe which has been cut. Yeah, I've ordered some new brake lines, which I think is this bit, because these are quite often rusty, as you can see there. And I know when we did the last one we had trouble getting them off, and Connor managed to do it okay, but we did say that in future it might be better to get new brake lines, so that's what I've done. I've ordered those today. Hopefully they'll come in time. If not, they'll have to be put on afterwards. So yeah, so it's a bit on the rusty side. This is, as I say, this is on the bottom. Top's alright. So what I might do is get some Hammerite paint. Once it's all cleaned up and on the car, I might give it a blast with Hammerite or some other black paint just to tidy it up a bit. It is only surface rust, but it doesn't look very nice, does it? I don't know what the one on the car's like. Let's have a look actually. Let's have a look. Lie on the floor. I spend a lot of time lying on the floor. Can't actually see in this light. Probably off an older car anyway, so I don't suppose it makes any difference. I can't really see. Yeah, I suppose it's a little bit rusty. But yeah, so this is hopefully going to be going on Saturday. I've got to find a new back bumper, obviously. Not that that's anything to do with the axle, of course, but yeah, I'm just going to use my new wire brushes, and I'm going to go over all that rust on there and get it off, and then I'll bring the axle into the garage. So yeah, so as I say, Saturday, this is going to be going to be done. And then I think we're going to do, sorry, camera cut out then. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, Project Dirt, as you know, is still down at the body shop. So I'm going to give him a call tomorrow, and I'm going to ask. I was going to leave it till Thursday, but I think I'll give him a call tomorrow. See what's happening with Project Dirt. See if I can G him up to actually get on with it and get it done. Because I think what I'm going to do, apart from, so what's left on this? So we need a new front bumper, ideally. We need a new back bumper. We need to sort out that paintwork on that roof. I need to put the new seatbelt in, because obviously the seatbelt is noisy. What else? What else is there? Obviously the back beam, which we'll be doing Saturday. Clean seats, usual clean up. Got to track the service history down, so it might be getting a service. We'll be getting an MOT. I'm not going to do the cam belt because I believe it's been done. We'll see if we can track that down. So I think before we do any of that, I want to get the damage at the rear done first. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do, because I don't know how much that's going to cost me, because it is quite bad damage. You know, I do get good prices, but it is quite bad damage, even though I'm going to get inside and try and improve it a little bit. It is quite bad, so it's quite time consuming to do that. Obviously it's only a quarter panel paint, so I'd like to know first what that's going to cost before I start doing the rest of it. The rest of it still has to be done, but I just want to get rid of it to the paint shop for a while, and then if I can get Project Dirt back, I can get Project Dirt finished and get that sold, and then we can get another one. I want to try and get a parts car if I can, because these parts, even though the white cars are the most common, it just seems to be getting more difficult to get older parts now, and the parts seem to be getting more expensive. So if I can get the parts myself, so much the better. So yeah, we'll be back on Saturday when Connor's here. I am at work Saturday, but I'm working late, so hopefully Connor will be done by the time I go to work. Possibly not, but it'll be done by the time I get home. Yeah, I think that's it for the time being. So we'll be back Saturday. We probably won't put this video out on its own. We'll wait till Saturday till the back beam's done, and then we'll put the video up to hopefully get to be finished by Sunday morning, or to be uploaded by Sunday morning if I can, if there's time. So until then, see you soon. To show him Project Beige Girl, because we'll go into that a little bit later, but there's Project Dirt still sitting there. It's not moved from there since the day I brought it down, but he's promised me he's going to get on it next week, so I should two weeks maximum and it'll be done. And we'll explain why we're down here when we get home. It's pouring with rain, so I'm just going to close the window and get myself home, and then I'll explain once I get home what's going on. Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to Project Cooeeey. I have some news on Project Cooeeey. I've made a decision. I don't know if you're going to like this decision or not, and I'm still not convinced that I like this decision, but tell me what you think about my decision. So, Project Cooeeey. As you can see, the wheels are back on it, it's back on the ground. I haven't been to a body shop about it yet, but from some of the comments that your good selves have made on the previous video, and looking at this damage, I'm now thinking possibly that it ain't worth repairing. From what some of the comments were made about it might be better to get a whole new quarter panel. Yeah, I can pick up a quarter panel for 120 quid, less than that even, but I think that's going to be prohibitively too expensive to have that done, and I'm not really a fan of, I know it's not a cut and shut, but I'm not particularly a fan of cars that's been done to, and I wouldn't want to tell someone that this car has had a new back wing welded in, and I wouldn't want to keep it from them. And if it was me buying a car, I wouldn't buy one that's had done. I'm sure it's fine, you know, it's not a cut and shut, it's professionally done. We've all seen it done before. Obviously we've got the wonky wheel. I have bought a new, which I've shown you in the previous video, I bought a new, I say new, second-hand back axle, which I was going to do at the weekend, but I don't know. I'm thinking that it ain't worth it. Now, bearing in mind most of what I do is white cars, I could use this for parts. I need a door for the Abarth, even though this is a pre-facelift door and the Abarth's a facelift. Apart from a sensor on the door, a crash sensor on the door that's bolted on, and the wiring loom is different. Apart from that, it's exactly the same. So I could use that door. This is a later car. It's a 2014 car, so it's not like it's a 2010 door I'm using, and the door is in good condition. So I could use that door on the Abarth, which saves me buying one for the Abarth, which will save me 100, 120, 150 pounds for a decent one. Project Dirt needs a wing. That wing has got a tiny little ding in, but we can get that out, and we could use that wing on Project Dirt. The wheels can be refurbed and then kept. The next white one I get, I can swap the wheels over, and then I can sell those wheels. The boot can be sold, although of course it's got the black spoiler, so that may not suit everybody. Lights, backlights, it's got a brand new exhaust on it. That can be taken off and sold or kept. Obviously airbags, dash and airbags I will keep. When I did the 300 pounder earlier on this year, it was that was one that I used the airbags that I'd already had and the dash that I already had. You can buy them now for 200 quid full set, apart from the ECU, so it's not worth selling them for a couple of £100. Seats I can sell, steering wheel. So yeah, I mean everything inside it can be sold. As I say, seats, steering wheel, all the cowlings, the gear stick, stereo. Once I get the code for it, speedo, lock set. So the locks, door locks, ECU set, ignition barrel, all that can all be sold. Get 100 quid for those. Lights could be sold for 25, 30 quid a piece. Back bumper, although needs a repair, it might be worth having a go at repairing it and flogging it as it is for say 20 quid. I have done a car in the past which was a red lounge, and it was a bit past it, and I ended up breaking it. Now that car owed me 1,200 quid, and I made a profit, a decent profit. This car owes me about 1,500 quid, which is a lot. It's a lot to spend on a car that I'm going to break. So initially I'm going to make a loss on it, because of course a lot of the parts I'm going to keep in, like the bonnet for instance. I mean, I use white bonnets all the time. Headlights I use all the time. Those wing mirrors, they're all gloss painted, including the covers. Everything about them has been gloss painted, both sides. So I mean, you know, a normal wing mirror you're talking 30, 35 quid. So I reckon I could easily get 70 or 80 quid for the set. Easy. So all these 80s and £100 all mount up. I could probably get 100, 150 quid for the seats, full set of seats, clean them up first. Headlining I won't bother, because I've had those before and no one seems to want them. You can't post them obviously. That door, I'll get 100 quid for that door complete, easily. 120 quid maybe, easily. Set of door cards, 50 quid. Then we come on to the engine now. Things like the wheels and the steering rate, bearing in mind that I just had to buy and replace all those subframe, etc, etc. I'm not going to take those off, because when I've finished with this car I have to get rid of it, so it has to roll. So I can't really take that sort of stuff off, which is annoying, because you know there's some value in all of those, especially when I do buy these cars to and that needs those sort of things done. But it's just one of those things I can't do. Various bits of plastic inside the car which I've already got, which I do use from time to time, like that scuttle panel. You know, I've got about 3 of those scuttle panels in the loft still. And quite recently I had to use one, as you've seen in the previous videos. If you've watched my other videos, it was all split here. So you know, they do get used. They do save me money. It's not sort of something you can write down as such, because you've already got them. The bumper is obviously off another car which needs repairing anyway, but you know, it will be used on another car and I will repair it. Driver's wing, I do need a driver's wing on the Abarth as well. So I have already got one, but you know, I've got this one as well. So there's a lot of stuff. That's before we've opened the bonnet. including the bonnet, of course. I think I've already mentioned that. Once we open the bonnet, there's all sorts of stuff in there that we can sell. Most of it I won't keep, most of it I'll sell. There's been various bits that I've had to buy, like if you remember the Project Sport, the stolen recovered, the one that had the black roof like this one, that had that issue with the leaking fuel pipe. So the pipe that goes from here down to the tank was broken, split. I had to take that off. I had to buy one of those. Cost me, can't remember what it cost me now, but it cost me a few quid. I'll take that off. I can sell it. May not sell straight away, may sell in 6 months or a year's time. I don't take any of the glass out because I can't get it out. I've tried in the past and it's just too much hassle. So obviously the back window will stay on the hatch. Aerial. Take the aerial out. I'll get 25 quid for an aerial. I've got 25 quid for aerials before. Boot carpet, 25 quid. I've got 25 quid for those before. Back shelf, 25 quid. All these 25 quids, 50 quids, 100 quids all add up and they will turn me a profit. They will turn me a profit. There are various bits on that engine, various sensors, airbox, all that sort of stuff. Some I could keep, some I'll sell. It's a shame about, the brakes. I could take the calipers off as long as the wheels will go on the car. I can still take the calipers off. It's a shame I can't take the subframe out. I had to buy that subframe. All right, the subframe wasn't that expensive. Can't remember what I paid for it now. 60 quid. But no, it was 120 quid, wasn't it? I got done on that. But I could have bought one for 50 or 60 quid. I can't take the subframe off. It's too much work, and the car needs to roll. Obviously, having a subframe on it's not going to affect it rolling as such, but I'm not going to take the gearbox out. There's no point. It's not worth the effort. I'm doing it on my driveway. The gearbox and the engine will stay in the car. I will take everything off the top of it. The battery tray, the front panel radiator, aircon. Has it got aircon, this one? No, it hasn't got aircon, has it? But front panel and radiator are all good. They'll all be reused on the car because, as you know, most of the cars I'll get are front impact. So I'll reuse them. There's a lot of useful stuff, especially being white as well. There's a lot of useful stuff on this car. So I haven't made the final decision yet, and I want your help in making that decision. What do you think? Is it worth the hassle of me doing this and the expense? Because I've ordered a back bumper. That was probably going to come tomorrow. That's cost me 60 quid, 66 quid. Bumper's come off another car, so it hasn't as such cost me any money at the moment. It's got good headlights. Yeah, I need your help. I'm all of a quandary as to what to do. So, yeah, as I say, the exhaust will come off. What do you think about this, Demi? You've seen it before. It's well and truly crumpled, isn't it? It could be repaired, but I'm just, if I had a body shop, I'd no doubt repair it. But when you're paying someone, even with the good rates that I get, I just think it's past it. Well, not past it, but a lot of time needed to be spent in repairing that. And I just don't think it's worth it. For when I, this car, 63 plate, I would probably, if this was complete and all running properly, cleaned up, etc., serviced, MOT'd, I would probably sell this for 2,650, 2,750, something like that. It owes me 1,500 at the moment. By the time I've spent, let's say for the sake of argument, I have to buy one of these, a quarter panel. So let's say 100 quid, and it's got to cost £400 at least to put in a new one, paint it, at least 400 quid. So then I'm up to 2 grand. The back beam, 90 quid. I've got to pay Connor to do it, maybe 150 quid. That's 200 and odd quid. I'm probably going to have to get another bumper or repair that bumper. The back bumper's another 60. It all adds up. So by the time it's been serviced, MOT'd, and that's before, there's often things that it doesn't need 2 new tyres. That's 35 quid a piece. It's another 70 quid. Number plates I've just bought, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain, but c'est la vie. It's adding up, and yes, I could possibly make a profit even if that was repaired. It's still going to be a good 400 quid. It's got to be 400 quid to repair that, whether it's a new panel put in or whether it's pulled out and filled and repaired that way. And I just think it's just not worth it. I don't know. I value, obviously, I value your opinions. Obviously, a lot of you know a lot of stuff out there, and I do value your opinions, and which is why I'm asking you for your opinion on this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do I do this car, or do I scrap it? The decision, as they say, is yours. Let me know what you think. So a few days has passed since I recorded that last bit of footage, and I've been mulling it over the last few days as to what to do. What I've decided to do this morning is to use my iPad, film the damage, take it down to the body shop and show him, and see what he thinks, see if he can give me a ballpark figure. And then I can make an informed decision then as to what to do. But I still obviously value your opinion on where to go with this. I was looking at it this morning. I checked the oil this morning. It doesn't even register on the dipstick. I'm not putting the oil in yet, because if I do decide to break it, obviously I've just wasted putting 3.5 litres or whatever it is it takes of oil. So yeah, depending on what I decide is whether I actually put any oil in it or not. Obviously I won't start the engine anymore, as it's oil free. Who knows how long it's been oil free for. Hopefully it's not done any damage. But yeah, it's a 2014 car. Apart from that damage, it's in good condition. It just seems a real shame to break it up. So I don't, and of course there's the monetary thing as well. It owes me about 1,500 quid. So the back bumper's been delivered. I haven't even bothered unpacking it yet. Obviously, as you know, I've got the back axle, which I cancelled. Connor coming to put that on for me on Saturday, whilst I make this decision as what to do with the car. So as I say, I'm going to film it with my iPad, take it down there, see if it can give me a ballpark figure. So I reckon it's going to cost. He might say, well, no, I can't repair that. That's got to have a new panel in, and that's going to cost you 600 quid. In that case, that's it. Decision made. If he says, yeah, I can repair that, but it's going to cost you about 400 quid, I might get it done. I'll look at the figures again. Being a 2014, I could sell it for a little bit more. I can probably sell it for nearer the 3,000 to be honest. Possibly even. What is it? What, I've forgotten what the trim level is now. It's not a pop, is it? What is it? Or is it a pop? I've forgotten what the bloody trim level is. Yeah, it is a pop, isn't it? It's pop, spec'd up pop. But certainly 2,950, 2,850, something like that. I think I could probably get that for it easy. So yeah, I need to work figures out really, and it all comes down to what he says. So I'm going to end this video just here, and then when I come back from the body shop, I'll let you know what he says, and then we can get this video uploaded, and hopefully this one will go live Tuesday. So by the magic of YouTube, I'll see you in a second. So I just got back from the paint shop, so just going back to Project Dirt. Project Dirt's going to be done next week. He's confirmed it will be done next week. I was hoping this week, but no, next week. When I pick up Project Dirt, Project Beige Girl will be going in. I will be swapping them over, and then hopefully he'll do that one rather sharpish. So now we come to Project Cooeeey. Took a video, took it down there to show him. He looked at it and he said, no, it's had it, mate. It's got to be, quarter panel's got to be replaced. He hummed and hawed a little bit, and then said he's going to come to my house tomorrow and have a proper look. But there is a possibility that he might buy it. I've said to him, if you want it, you can have it for what it owes me, which is about 1,600 quid. I'll chuck in the back axle. I actually forgot to mention the back axle to him. I told him about he saw the damage. I told him the bumper needed a little bit of work. But of course the labour costs him nothing. There's no actual parts that he's got to buy apart from that quarter panel. He bought one previously, which was sort of half finished, which he then finished off for his daughter, and I gave it to him cheap. But this is a newer one, so he wants to get her a newer one. So I said 1,600 quid, whatever it was that it owes me, you can have it for if you want it. So as I say, I did forget to mention the back wheel being wonky, but when he comes around tomorrow, I mean, he's primarily coming around tomorrow to have another look to see whether it's worth repairing it rather than replacing it. But if he wants it, he can have it, and then we can move on to another one and forget about that one. But cost point of view, he said about 500 quid. So when you take into account it's going to cost me a good £100 to buy the panel, another £600 on top takes me into zero profit. So it just ain't worth it. So if he doesn't have it, I will be breaking it. we'll see tomorrow. So I'm going to finish this video here, and we'll update at a later date on as to what is happening with the car. But yeah, that's where we are. So tomorrow, hopefully, when he comes, I'll know whether it's worth saving or whether he's going to have it, or whether it's going to be breaking. It's going to be one of those three things. But we'll see. One way or the other, we'll be getting shot of it. We'll see. So until then, until the next video, thanks for watching. Hope that once again you've enjoyed the video and it's passed the time for a little bit for you. If you are a casual viewer, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little subscribe button there. And if you want to be notified when we upload new videos, hit that notification bell to be notified by YouTube when we upload new content. And so until the next one, stay safe. See you soon.